remind you of them. Every glove and every boxing bag and pad that you're hitting, you're kind of imagining them as well. So like you said, it's all about who studied the most, but these first rounds are very important because you want to see if they have adjusted. If you've already won the fight, one thing you'll do is you won't change very much. And if you've lost the fight, you have to do something differently. But a very good round by both fighters, both landing heavy shots. But Girawat, to me, is coming out on top at the moment with these sweeps and big, heavy hands upstairs.
He's controlling the game nice and tight here in the first round. Not giving away too much to Kilian here, but still putting it over him a little bit, trying to break his confidence down here in the first round. Nice deep reply there from Mr. Kilian, but I still think, you know, Mr. Girawat here in the red shorts is putting it a little bit over him.
Yeah, Kilian's landed that beautiful overhand right several times in that round. So is it going to find the target very soon in these later rounds? We're going to find out. Don't go anywhere, folks. We've got 4 more rounds of action coming your way.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to SKS Super Fight right here at Omnoi Stadium. The last round saw Girawat controlling the ring there from center ring against Kilian in this rematch. And of course, as we mentioned before, Girawat took it away last time, so Kilian looking to redeem himself here in center ring right here at Omnoi Stadium. Here we are for the second round of action, obviously scheduled for 5 right here for Stadium Muay Thai, SKS Empire Super Fight.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that first round was quite explosive. You know, not usual for the first round in these 5-round Muay Thai fights, but like we said, they've already taken away the ability to have to download information on one another. They're just going to start fast. So in the blue corner, we do have Kilian. In the red corner, we have Girawat. Kilian already landing a high kick upstairs, landing clean on Girawat's chin. Girawat now gets behind the jab and a nice right to the body.
Great display of balance there from Girawat as he turns the hip over from that last kick, just pushing Kilian away. It's just the little subtleties in Muay Thai that make a huge difference on the scorecards there. You know, people often think it's about aggression and violence, but it's also about the beauty and the gracefulness of balance being one of the big criterias on the scorecards here, Jimmy.
Yeah, that was very beautiful too, Jen. You're absolutely correct. I mean, we're so used to seeing some explosive Muay Thai in, you know, other events and other promotions, but this is very traditional Muay Thai. 5 rounds, and it's a full story of the fight that is being told. And as we say that, a beautiful catch and a sweep by Kilian once again. So Girawat's timing of Kilian's attacks is absolutely perfect right now. So I think he's just remembering from last time. So I'd like to see Kilian start trying to change up the rhythm ever so slightly, because I think Girawat's got his number with the rhythm right now.
Yeah, I'd like to see Kilian try and cut the angle off a bit more and move out to the side. He's still becoming a little bit one-dimensional, as well as the last fight. standing right in front of Girawat is something that he can't afford. He needs to move to the left a little bit and throw off the kicks off the center.
As both fighters do that, they send a teep at one another, so they're both reading each other very well, but it looks like Girawat to me is just beating Killian to the punch ever so slightly. I'd like to see Killian actually jab downstairs and come over the top of that right hand and maybe set it up a little bit stronger. And as we say that, Girawat lands a nice body kick once again.
You can see Girawat changing the eye levels as well, just watching where the next kick or the next attack's going to come from and looking to counter that as well. He's a great counter fighter there, Jim.
Girawat landing a nice jab, an upwards jab as well to find his target. So Girawat very calm, very much on the back foot and just trying to counter Killian's onslaught, which is exactly what he did in the last fight as well, Joe. Very nicely done.
Sets up the body kicks beautifully as well, utilizing good fakes. Oh, here we are into the clinch, turns, digs the chin under and scores. Beautiful display of clinch tactics there from Girawat.
Killian, though, going in for the aggressive attack towards the end of the round. So I'd like to see that a little bit more from Killian because Killian's finding success with these heavy hands. Anyways, folks, don't go anywhere. We're going to a quick break. We'll be back for 3 more rounds of Muay Thai action.
SKS Empire
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to SKS Super Fight. Here we are with some of the action replays from that second round of the rematch of Killian taking on Girawat. Kick for kick, punch for punch, but big dramatic score there from Girawat. Not turning the tables, but really dictating the fight here with that massive dump in the second round.
Yeah, it was beautiful timing. I mean, like you said, they were going kick for kick, and then very intelligently he thought, I know he's mirroring my moves right now, so I'm now going to go for the sweep. So beautifully timed, and just that psychological warfare where if you're both at a very high level, it's the mental game that will take you into the victory. Anyways, that is the bell for round number 3. Girawat in the red takes on Killian in the blue for this rematch.
Big head kick upstairs there from Killian, but not even rocking Girawat as Girawat locks on in the clinch. Still looking very confident as he shuts him down there in that last exchange.
A big head kick attempted by Killian and an upwards jab landed by Girawat and return fire by Killian. Killian jumps in the air to land an elbow, but Girawat gets out of damage and a beautiful right hand upstairs as we say it.
Beautifully timed knee as well there from Girawat. He's a great counter fighter, just waiting for the moment for Killian to strike, to jump off with the counters there. Fantastic work there from the red corner.
And interestingly, that's exactly what Killian needs to do. He needs to push the aggression with the feints. Against the counter puncher, you need to feint them and then throw that big right hand. And again, Girawat showing everyone how to deal with a powerhouse like Killian.
But the issue with Killian is he's just moving at the same speed. I'd like to see him rush in a bit more and break the distance, break the rhythm of Girawat. He just keeps waiting and moving in slowly. Tries to explode in, but Girawat just anticipates it every time.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Girouat's got his back against the ropes now, but he's even doing it in the center of the ring. So the ring IQ of Girouat, to me, is absolutely fantastic. But again, both fighters now involved in the clinch, and a cheeky elbow on the inside by Girouat landed.
Great hand placement there from Girouat as well, putting the palm over the mouth to disrupt the breathing of Killian. And you can see, you know, you're talking about sitting on the ropes, but he's using that to his advantage. Just there, redirects him into the rope like a matador, swinging him into the wall.
That's exactly, and beautifully done as well. The timing of Girouat, and like you said, Killian, and he gets swept once again. Girouat calling the janitor because he is sweeping Killian around the ring.
Beautiful knee block there from Girouat, just nullifying the forward pressure there by Killian.
I'd like to see Killian really turn it up now. He's going to have to do something beautiful. Knees inside the clinch, knee after knee, and he sends a left kick that just misses the target back in central ring.
Oh, big swing and a miss. Great reply there from Killian, turning the heat up here in center ring as well.
That's exactly what Killian is doing. A right hand upstairs by Killian as well. Killian now needs to push, flick the jab, go for the right hand, and a sweep as well. Beautifully done.
Nearly goes for the Maradona on the ground there. That is the end of the round. We'll be back in just a moment. Wow, the heat is really turning up. See you in a moment, folks.
SKS Sport Combat Strategy.
สนับสนุนโดยค่ายมวยส.วิเศษกิจและพอพิมพ์อ่อน
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to SKS Empire Super Fight in collaboration with Kiatpetch Promotions, one of the biggest promoters here in Thailand. Dear Kiatpetch, putting on the best Muay Thai in Thailand for the fans around the world. Here we are for round 4 of the rematch of Killian taking on Girouat. Absolutely explosive round there, Jimmy.
Absolutely. Every round has been like this. I mean, it's the story of the fight. It's almost like a car engine revving up, and it's getting faster and faster. Some beautiful counters landed by Girouat. Killian's forward aggression plays perfectly into Girouat's plan, and there was just sweeps after sweep, but then right at the end, Joe, we saw the sweep from the man in blue. Beautifully done. I'm excited for this round coming up, Joe.
Yeah, a real turn of the tables there, like a DJ on the turntables.
That's exactly what happened, and we saw it live in the flesh. The beautiful thing about these events as well, the matchmaking's fantastic. It's always somewhat an even fight, and I'm loving it so far. So that is the bell for the 4th round. Killian in the blue, Girouat in the red for this rematch. Can Killian pull something out the bag, or is Girouat going to be the victor again?
Well, I mean, Girouat is just such a slick operator for a 16-year-old. Look at that hip turn. In the immortal words of Shakira, those hips don't lie. Oh, and a big knee there from Killian, really turning it around.
And we saw in the corner of Killian, his corner was telling him to be more aggressive and just keep firing when you're on the inside. And I think it's exactly what he's attempting to do. But Girouat very intelligently turns his opponent back in central ring. Beautiful start to the 4th round.
I mean, you can hear the fans and the punters going absolutely wild here at Omnoi Stadium, telling Killian to move forward and get inside that clinch and knee off. Knee after knee here, scoring the points.
And a very nice knee guard as well by Girouat and Killian at the same time. Both fighters being pried apart by the referee. And a right hand upstairs landed by Killian. Girouat definitely feeling the pressure right now. Killian knows he's got to do something.
Well, I mean, I think Killian might think he's a bit more confident now because he was a bit slow to get off on that last exchange and raising his hand there.
So maybe Killian feels like he's now winning the fight. Girouat has now gone into a clinch-style fight, and both fighters giving it everything they've got. The referee once again pry him apart, brings them into central ring halfway through fourth round.
And I mean, generally speaking, in the fourth round, when a fighter starts putting more pressure on, it's when they believe that they're behind on the scorecards. Oh, nice hip turn there, nullifying the clinch from Killian there. Bit of a turn of the tables here, Jimmy.
Absolutely, and this is exactly what we like to see. Even fights, even playing fields, and a right hand upstairs by Killian. Both fighters with nice hand placement. Back into the clinch and knees being landed. The referee once again breaks them up and brings them into the center. What a fight we have here so far, folks.
Girouat on the back foot again. Great turn there as well.
Timed it perfectly as he jumped in. Girouat turned to his left and allowed him to go into the ropes. Are we going to see a strong finish once again?
Puts the palm over the top. Tries to take the gas out of the gas tank there from Girouat. Oh, a bit of trouble prying them apart there. Needs a bit of WD-40. That is the end of the fourth round, and a very confident Girouat there. We'll be back in just a moment, folks.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are back, and we're going into a fifth round. I did not know it was going to go that long, to be fair. What a fantastic fight. Girouat taking on Killian for this rematch. Both fighters look very hectic in the corner right now. I'm sure their coaches are giving them every piece of advice they possibly can, because right now it looks like it could be an even fight going into this one. Let's see some action replays here. Joe, talk us through what we're seeing.
Big hip throw there to follow it with that very dramatic knee there from Killian to turn the tables around. I mean, we even saw Girouat moving forward with pressure towards the end of that last round. So could be a fact that Killian might think that he's a bit more confident on the scorecards. But as we know, the odds always change in terms of scoring here in the fourth round. That's really when the fighters turn up the heat for these 5-round battles. Look at that turn there. Beautiful work. So we'll be going into the fifth and final round of this rematch. Girouat, would you rather, in the red shorts, taking on Killian.
And I always like to see a fight where both fighters think they're down on the scorecards, because don't leave it in the judges' scorecards. Give it everything you've got. So if you're just tuning in, folks, we are in the fifth round of the first fight. Girouat in the red takes on Killian in the blue. It's been an even fight so far. Girouat started, to me, as the victor. Killian has maybe turned the tide. We're going to see in this fifth round.
Oh, very dramatic dump there from Killian again.
And it looks like Killian is starting to go on the back foot, which is usually a sign of someone who thinks they're winning. And both fighters nearly fall out of the ropes as well inside that clinch. What a fight we have so far. 2 minutes in.
We're lucky we've got enough rope here. Oh, big scoring kick there from Killian on that last exchange. Sitting on the back foot now, just trying to anticipate Girawat's forward pressure. Oh, and another big dump there from Girawat.
This is the first time in the fight we've seen Killian actually go on the back foot like this, and he throws a beautiful right hand, exactly what we thought he would do. Both fighters in the clinch once again, but Killian on the back foot now. Is he going to try and time that right hand? Is he going to try and time that teep? We're going to see. Time will tell. Halfway through 5th round already.
Moving on the front four, switching things up like flash dance. Oh, locks on, drags him through, gets into the pocket and tries to score with the little pitter-patter knees from Girawat back in the center ring.
What a rematch we're seeing, and this is exactly what we want to see. Will we have a trilogy on our hands if this goes to Killian? The crowd are going absolutely crazy. This is a fantastic fight. Girawat charges towards Killian once again. Killian on the back foot, teeps and lands a nice right kick as well.
Locked up inside the clinch now as our referee, the man in the middle, breaks them apart. About 40 seconds to go here in center ring. Girawat on the hunt, trying to take the head off of Killian here.
I'd like to see Killian maybe turn it up ever so slightly as well, because I'm sure both fighters think they've won this one, but it's so even on mine. Joe, on your unofficial scorecard, which way are you going?
I'm going to have to go for the blue corner from the dramatic turnaround there in round 4 and 5.
Absolutely, I'm with you on that one. What a beautiful turnaround.
A bit of dancing there from the crowd. Beautiful work. I might have to learn some moves from that man.
You would look absolutely fantastic dancing. And that is the end of this rematch. Let us know in the comments, those who are watching, who do you think won that fight? What a fight. And I would like to say that the blue won, we got to see a trilogy.
A very confident Killian there, standing on the ropes with our referee, the man in the middle, collecting the scorecards. Who will be the winner of this rematch? And it goes to Killian.
Wow, what a fantastic fight, and what a way to turn the tide. And that just goes to show you, you cannot get complacent just because you've won the first 2 rounds. You've got to keep the pressure on. Beautifully done. Was it the game plan of the rematch? Let's see some action replays here. So it starts off, Girawat, to me, toying with Killian, just sweeping him several times, countering beautifully. And then we started seeing the pressure getting turned up.
I mean, a real big show of heart there from Killian in round 3, 4, and 5, turning the tables, biting down on the mouthguard and moving forward, really shutting Girawat down in a lot of the clinch exchanges too. Look at that big dramatic turn and push through the ropes, knees him in the head. Beautiful work there by Killian.
It was almost if that sweep we saw at the 3rd round, which kind of turned it and maybe gave him the confidence he needed, or was he trying to wear out Girawat? Because whatever he did, it worked beautifully. Both fighters fighting admirably in the clinch as well.
Yeah, as Jimmy likes to say, a really huge show of athleticism.
I can feel like 80 rats in my Marys. Me and Drizzy back to back is getting scary. If you fucking with my eyes, just don't come near me. Put some bins all on your head like Justin Terry. Richard Millie cuss a Lambo. Known to keep the baddest bitches on commando. Every time I'm in my trip, I move like Rambo. Ain't a neighborhood in Philly that I can't go. For real.
SKS Sport Combat Strategy.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, back to SKS Empire Super Fight right here at Omnoi Stadium in Samutsakhon, Thailand, the motherland of the art of 8 limbs. So you can expect style, and even more style, Jimmy, right here at Omnoi Stadium every Saturday, 2:30 p.m. Thai time. Make sure to check us out on the SKS Empire Instagram, Facebook, and of course, if you're watching at home, the YouTube.
That's right, Joe. It's all about that, as you like to say, style. And that is exactly what we see all the time with SK Empire. To me, the matchmaking of these events is some of the best I've ever seen. Every fight is always kind of even, and that is the best thing as a viewer. If you're not entirely sure who's winning, that means the fight is good so far. So, we're going to go to the information of the fighters in just a moment. They are now in the ring waiting.
So this one's a bit of a tongue twister. I couldn't even say tongue properly, but this one's a bit of a tongue twister for me to pronounce some of the gym names here. So I'm looking forward to this one. This one is Korpai So Ying Chalam Khan Chung taking on Roy Jing So Wisekit. So Korpai in the red, 22 years of age, 174 centimeters tall with an official weight of 135 pounds. Taking on Roy Ching at 25 years of age, 168 centimeters tall, with an official weight of 136.6 pounds. The illustrated man, Roy Ching. You know, he recently lost by score in his latest fight at one Lumpini. Today he faces Korpai for the first time, and Korpai again coming off a loss at Channel 7 recently. So both, you know, really determined to bring the win back to their corner. So I think this is going to be a hard one for both fighters, you know, psychologically coming off a loss recently, looking to redeem themselves. I think, Jimmy, we can expect some very tasty Muay Thai here. You know, both fighting on very big promotions. Of course, One Lumpini and Channel 7, big promotions. And Kiatpetch promotions working with both of those promotions, feeding fighters to them.
And we can see already, Joe, the height difference here, to me, it could be one of the major factors in this fight. You have a very, very tall, and when I say lanky, I don't mean that as an insult. Like, he's got very long limbs. He could be using that to his advantage. And the shorter fighter, obviously the man with the best sideburns I've ever seen, should be getting in on the inside of Korpai and Roy Ching. I'm very excited to see how a shorter fighter takes out a giant in the ring.
Korpai sort of reminds me of a tall, lanky Australian called Andrew Parnham, who recently got the Hall of Fame at another promotion in Australia, Rebellion, who pride themselves on 100% Muay Thai. But really, here we are witnessing 100% pure stadium-style Muay Thai. Here we are in center ring for round one.
Thank you, everyone, for joining us so far for the second fight of the afternoon. In the red corner, we have Korpai, and in the blue corner, we have Roy Ching. And a nice right hand already landed by Roy Ching. And like we said, Joe, the first 2 rounds of these 5-round fights tend to be quite slow. They tend to download the information and wait for those later rounds to use what they've learned. Both fighters in the clinch already.
And I think what we can expect here is Roy Ching to throw the heavy hands early on, go for the front leg of Korpai to puncture the tie there as well. Nice dictation of the distance there. Distance managed from Korpai, throwing the long teep out. Very underrated strategy, in my opinion. Actually, that strategy taught to me by the lanky Andrew Parnham.
Yeah, I mean, look, if you're a taller opponent, naturally you should be using that teep to your advantage. You want to keep the shorter, explosive fighter away from you as long as possible. But notice with Korpai, when he throws that teep, he's throwing it to the hips of Roy Ching. So really, the psychological warfare is your hips are going to feel hurt and you're not going to want to march forward as much. So very nicely done by Korpai. Roy Ching looks like he's just struggling right now to try and find the range.
I mean, that really shows his experience. When you start teeping right at the belly button, it's a really annoying spot to be teeped or hit into the body. You know, it really punctures your gas tank a lot, and it's quite painful to get right there, the toes right inside your belly button, especially if you're an innie and not an outie.
Yeah, that is one of the main things. And for those wondering what Joe meant there, he said belly button. Not a baton. A belly baton is something else. But yeah, absolutely. Korpai using that teep to the belly button very, very well. And we see it there. Less than a minute to go of round number 1. So one thing I'm liking so far is these opening rounds are very explosive. And you saw the teep attempted to the chin by Korpai as well. But Roy Ching, very intelligent, got out of the way with that.
Well, he's definitely got some resilience behind that chin, because a big teep to the chin like that would be enough to rock anybody. So here we are, just a little bit of a stalemate in the first round. Just feeling each other as out a little bit here. Oh, a nice little leg kick block there from Korpai.
Both fighters here timing each other beautifully. Korpai, to me, has had more success in this first round, but a big right hand landed upstairs already in the late seconds of round number 1, and both fighters in the clinch. The referee dramatically breaks them apart. What an explosive end to the first round. Don't go anywhere, folks. We've got 4 more rounds coming up.
I can feel like 80 rats in my Marys. Me and Drizzy back to back is getting scary. If you fucking with my eyes, just don't come near me. Put some bins all on your head like Justin Terry. Richard Millie cuss a Lambo. Known to keep the baddest bitches on commando. Every time I'm in my trap, I move like Rambo. Ain't a neighborhood in Philly that I can't go. For real.
SKS Sport Combat Strategy.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to SKS Empire Super Fight right here at Omnoi Stadium. You're watching the replays from round 1 of Korpai taking on Roy Ching in the blue shorts there. We saw everything. Big stabbing knees, stabbing teats from Korpai, and a big teep to the chin from Korpai. Sorry, the long and lengthy man in the red shorts, taking on the illustrated man in the blue shorts. Here we are for round 2.
A great dissection of what we've just seen so far, and a beautiful right hand followed up by a knee by Korpai. Both fighters going for it in the center of the ring, which is interesting because Korpai does not need to be in central ring right now. I'd like to see him just stay on that back foot, but it looks like Roy Ching doesn't need to find his range if Korpai comes forward. And a right hand upstairs by Korpai. And Joe, when someone's very long and lengthy like Korpai, when he connects with that whipping right hand, it'll land a lot harder than the average punch because of all that length.
Yeah, he's got a lot of leverage behind it, that's for sure. But I'd like to see him get out of the pocket right now and drive the knees through. You know, often these long and lengthy fighters will be knee fighters, but he's playing the outside game reasonably well for a very long fighter here, utilizing that left kick well. But Roy Ching bringing it back to him. pretty typical short, stocky style, using the hands to his advantage, trying to take out the front leg. Now we're inside the clinch as our referee breaks them apart.
Beautiful right stabbing knee to the ribcage by Kiatpetch once again. Both fighters in the clinch, but Kiatpetch gets his hands around the neck of Roy Ching, but does not send the knees into the sternum like I would expect him to do, especially for a longer fighter. He's got the teep game down, he's got the head kick down, but he's not doing the clinch work like I assumed he would.
Well, he's just trying to get that plumb position, and that's when you put both hands behind the head and drag it down. Oh, beautiful short elbow there from Kiatpetch.
And we see the blood underneath the left eye of Roy Ching, so I don't think it's going to affect his vision, but definitely that blood's going to be playing into your mind. There we're seeing the knees in the clinch, and Kiatpetch sending those elbows to the cheekbones of Roy Ching now.
And you can see Roy Ching really trying to hunt for the knockout there with those big swinging hooks from the outside. Kiatpetch doing a reasonable job of trying to shut him down. What a vicious elbow straight through the middle, sending it through, knocking Roy Ching down. Oh my God, Jimmy, I did not see that happening.
Oh my goodness, and Joe, the reason we didn't see it coming is because everybody thought Kiatpetch was going to go in there with the knee strategy, but instead he went with the elbows. He landed a beautiful, it looked like an upwards elbow, and it just cleaned out his opponent. Wow, what a knockout, and he just went back. He was out before he hit the canvas. What a shot.
That is all she wrote, folks. Short and sweet, straight down the middle. Look at this. Big hands there from Roy Ching. I thought in that second round, Roy Ching was going to knock out Kiatpetch with those big, vicious wide hooks, but Kiatpetch sending that short elbow straight through the middle. Vicious work.
Well, like we said, when you're a longer opponent, you've got more distance to travel, but also you develop more power along the way, and that's that pinpoint of the elbow, like swinging a baseball bat. And he had success with those right elbows, and I think as soon as he realized he had the timing, he had it, and it was a left elbow. He feints the right elbow and goes in with a left. What a beautiful technique that was, Joe. Feints the right, goes in with the left, stabs him through the middle and sends him to the canvas.
And that is textbook Muay Thai, really brushing the side of his head there, sending that elbow past his hairline, taking Roy Ching out where he stands. So here we are coming into the third fight in just a moment. Wow, Jimmy, what did you take away from that one?
I found that absolutely exhilarating. It's something I just didn't expect to see in that moment. Usually with SKS Empire, we don't see too many knockouts because we see these 5-round storybook style Muay Thai fights where we see a transition from the first round into the fifth, but usually by that third round, we get an idea of who's winning. So in the first 2 rounds, usually both fighters are playing against each other and trying to give off fake reads, fake movements, and I think that's exactly what we saw. We saw those high elbows where we expected him to go to the body with the knees. He didn't want to. He feints the right, goes with the left, and that is just a beautiful, beautiful technique and a knockout.
Amazing work there from Kiatpetch.
SKS Sport Combat Strategy. SKS Sport Combat Strategy.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to SKS Empire Super Fight right here at Omnoi Stadium in Samut Sakhon, Thailand, in collaboration with Kiatpetch Promotions, one of the biggest promotions or promotion teams in Thailand, giving you the very, very best Muay Thai from Thailand, showcasing it around the world. Jimmy, exciting times these days for the global expansion of Muay Thai and more people getting interested in the art of 8 limbs. But now being able to showcase Kiatpetch Promotions on YouTube in English, great times we are in right now.
Absolutely. I mean, look, if you're anywhere around the world, you can always watch these fights live. You can watch the repeat. But how often does a Westerner get the chance to sit down in their home and watch 5-round traditional Muay Thai these days? So this, to me, is exactly what we need. 2 even fighters going at it, perfect matchmaking, and this is what we're here for, Joe.
And in our next bout of the afternoon, our third bout of the afternoon, is Chalam Sich Alam Kau taking on Nung Torani Kwebang Kolam. So this is the first time these fighters have faced each other. Of course, this is scheduled for 5 rounds, Jimmy. And as I like to say, we love style, and even more style. Here we are with the tail of the tape. Chalam Nern, age 18, 172 centimeters tall, official weight of 112.8 pounds, taking on Nung Torani, 24 years of age, 167 centimeters tall, with an official weight of 113 pounds. Now, Chalam Nern has a fight record of about 40 fights to his name, with Nung Torani with about 60 bouts to his name. So the world of Muay Thai, not that much difference in terms of experience. 60 fights to 40 fights.
Well, it's the battle of the height as well here, because that, to me, 5 centimeters different is absolutely huge in a fight like this, depending on how well that fighter knows how to use their distance. Because if you're a shorter fighter, you can use being short to your advantage by being more explosive and harder to hit. But if you're a longer fighter, you've got to be able to keep your opponent away from you and only engage when you choose to. So I love seeing these matchups because it's a battle of the range as well. Who can find the range sooner tends to be the victor in these fights of the height.
I mean, we saw that in the last bout where Korpai took out Roy Ching with a vicious elbow, using distance very well, that stabbing teep in the first round, really trying to go for the belly button, not the belly baton as you tried to.
Well, the belly baton is completely, you can Google that later, Joe, but absolutely, yeah, the belly button mechanic. But like we said, he wasn't necessarily fighting like a long-range fighter. He was kind of fighting like a mid-range fighter who wasn't as tall as he was. So either he's not aware of how tall he is, or his game plan was that from the start, which is really mess up the range and the rhythm of his opponent and then trick him into that elbow. And I think that's what we saw. It was beautifully done, and it was just beautiful Muay Thai and fight IQ.
As our referee just explains the instructions here for a fair and even fight right here at SKS Empire Super Fight every Saturday afternoon, 2:30 p.m. Thai time. Make sure you check us out on the SKS Empire Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube.
So here we are in the red corner, Chalam Ngung taking on Nung Torani. The final moments from their coaches, the final prayers. And look, this is the final moment where they feel protected, and then they go into that squared circle, and it's their time to shine and put everything they've done into that ring. As my boxing coach used to say, go in the ring and do your thing. You're not a puppet on a string, and that's exactly what we're about to see in just a moment. So, like you said, Joe, both of these fighters have never met before, so they're going to have to find their range and rhythm as quickly as they can within these first 2 rounds.
That's right, Jimmy, and you're a poet and you didn't even know it. So here we are for the first round of our third bout of the afternoon. And of course, Chalam Nern in the southpaw position and N Toan in the orthodox position, looking to fire off those right kicks, move on the outside of Chalam Nern, standing very 50-50, short range here in center ring.
And here we are, folks. Thank you for joining us for the third fight already. It's gone by like a flash. So when you've got a southpaw against an orthodox, Joe, like you just mentioned, it's about stepping to the right way. So if you are an orthodox fighter, you want to be stepping to your left. And a beautiful knee to the midsection already. Wow, the jumping knee to the body. Who would have thought that was going to happen? This today is the battle of mystery. Wow.
N Toan going for the old Saw Dechapan method of flying knees and follows up with the vicious elbows inside the clinch, but Chalam Nern still holding on. Was looking a little bit glassy-eyed in the count there, but back in center ring now.
He was glassy-eyed, but it was hit to the body, so was the wind just knocked down. A beautiful knee to the head as well. Another knee, an elbow. Wow. The referee giving him the count. We're seeing him spam the knees to the body and to the head like a video game. It's hard to know where it's going next. What an explosive first round. He jumps in again.
And I think Chalam Nern was really anticipating that one there.
And we see again a right hand. Is he trying to bully his way through this first round? I thought that was going to be it, Joe. But it looks like he's trying to regather. He's got to take this round off. Another jumping knee. The acrobatic nature of this young man trying to finish the fight in the first round. Both fighters in the clinch and the referee pries them apart.
Very unexpected scenes here at Omnoi Stadium. It's not often we see fights heat up like this in the first round. Really trying to make a statement here in center ring.
Usually I say these fights go the full 5 rounds, and maybe they heard me in the commentary booth to prove me wrong, because that's exactly what we're seeing. But we've seen this before, Joe. The first round is explosive, and they nearly put their opponent away. Then it tends to go the full 5 rounds. We've seen this happen many times before, but we're going to see. He's shown his hand early, but he's thrown right after right. We see the blood forming in the mouth of the red corner.
But he's got to be careful he doesn't keep doing the same thing. That is the end of round 1, a very explosive round. We'll be back in just a moment, folks.
สนับสนุนโดยค่ายมวยส.รุ่งศักดิ์
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. A look at those flying knees. Really getting his high miles up there.
Yeah, I hope he can cash those in for a big flight to another country. But look at that knee landing clean on the chin. I mean, like you were saying, Joe, it was those elbows as he was falling as well, which is definitely adding to the damage. I've never seen somebody jump across the ring and land a flying knee 3 times in the first round. That was spectacular.
Look at that last one there, almost as punishing as your cashing in pun. Here we are for the second round.
And that is the bell for the second round. Will we see a repeat? Will we see these gentlemen with their flying knees? We will see in just a moment. Thank you for joining us for this second round scheduled for 5. And there we see him pushing forward. Chalam Ngung in the red, Nung Torani in the blue. Chalam Nung's got to be very careful he doesn't eat any more flying knees from the flying Nung Torani.
Well, Chalam Nern will be looking for something dramatic to really turn that around. I mean, 2 8 counts in the first round. Dramatic stuff, Jimmy. I mean, he's really going to have to do something impressive to turn it around. Nung Torani making a statement on early.
I mean, you know us, Joe. We love drama, especially in this Muay Thai environment that we're seeing in these fights. I like seeing the fights where we don't know what is going to happen next, and that's what it's all about. Once you can predict everything that's about to happen, it's no longer enjoyable. So this is exactly what I like to see. Something wild and crazy by these 2 young athletes.
Nice dramatic sweep there as Jimmy was talking about drama there. Nice lock on there from Chalam Nern, trying to slip the hands through, but a good body lock there applied there from Nung Torani to shut things down.
So maybe Chalam Ngung is starting to find his groove. He lands a nice right hand upstairs. Has Nung Torani gassed himself out of the flying knees? But does that also mean that maybe in the later rounds he's going to be more explosive? You can see the blood trickling down Chalam's forehead right now, and it might cause him an issue because it is going into his eye ever so slightly.
Well, I think it's on the inside of the bridge of his nose connecting to his eyebrow. I think it was from that left counter elbow from Nung Torani early in the second round. Here we are inside the clinch. Chalam Nern trying to turn the tables by locking on and swinging the knees into the midsection here. On the forward march as well. Really trying to make a statement from that last round where he got knocked down for the 2 8 counts.
Less than a minute to go of round number 2, and like we said, it looks like the tables may be turning because that first round was the Nung Torani show, and when we say Torani, we mean the flying knee show. But Chalam Nern has held his own, he's coming back strong, and he's not allowing himself to get bullied as he marches forward once again, but it looks like he attempted it there.
Yeah, it did look like he was going to attempt another flying knee, but Chalam Nern really read into it and just shut him down straight away inside the clinch. Trying to take the back here. Very slow to get outside of the clinch. Trying to run the time down there from Nung Torani. Bit of a veteran move and a good sweep there from Nung Torani. That is the end of the second round. We'll be back in just a moment. Make sure to stay for the third round, folks.
SKS Sport Combat Strategy. SKS Sport Combat Strategy.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to SKS Empire Super Fight right here at Omnoi Stadium. We're just seeing the replays from that last round against Chalam taking on N Toan. Fantastic work by both fighters there. What did you think of that, Jimmy?
Yeah, I mean, look, we saw such an explosive and interesting and weird first round to where the second round didn't seem to live up to that same hype. Even though it was such a great round, because the first round was so explosive, it kind of took away the beauty of the second round in my view. So it's interesting because like we said, we've seen it before. The first round, it looks like the fight is over and then it goes the full 5 rounds. Are we going to see that? We're going to see in just a moment. We are into the third round of the third fight. For those of you just tuning in the red corner, we have Chalam Ngung taking on N Toan in the blue corner.
And of course, in that first round, we saw N Toan take out Chalam Ngung in 2 8 counts with flying knees. So it'd be interesting to see if N Toan has the endurance, because flying knees take a lot of energy and a lot of output. So interesting if he's gassed himself out here in the third, and whether Chalam Ngung, you know, weathering the storm of those flying knees can turn the tables here, Jimothy.
Absolutely, Joe. I mean, I'm sure you used to throw lots of flying knees back in your day. Obviously, you like to train out a Sword Japan, which is very much known for that flying knee movement.
That's right. It's a bit of a trademark of that, Jim. Here we are moving inside the clinch there. Nice breakdown from N Toan. Oh, and what was that? I'm not sure what that was, but we'll have to go and have a look at the replay.
While we were waffling, Joe, we saw something happen inside.
That's right. I think it might have been a short elbow on the inside there. Chalam Ngung sending N Toan down.
What a turn in the fight. And like we said, when you think it's not even, then it turns in the third round. Chalam Ngung looking like the victor so far and putting on the pressure. N Toan trying to retreat.
Like a lazy Susan, Chalam Ngung really turning the table there.
And like we say, records are for the DJs, and that's what we're seeing right now. Both fighters giving it all they've got, trying to put one another away. So right now, both fighters have been down. It's only the third round, and we have got less than a minute to go. What a fight.
Oh, big elbow return there from N Toan, applying the body lock, trying to shut down anything coming his way from Chalam Ngung.
And if you're in the red corner now, you're probably thinking, I can finally put this guy away. We're seeing what a southpaw should be doing, which is making it tricky for the blue corner, N Toan. So I'd like to see Chalam Ngung just take his time now and set up that left kick, and he lands a right elbow upstairs.
Moves in with the hand against his head, almost sending it through with an elbow, putting the forward pressure on N Toan. N Toan trying to draw him in and shut him down inside that clinch. He thinks he's got it. He thinks he's got it forward. What do you think, Jimmy?
Yeah, I mean, look, Chalam Ngung looks absolutely exhausted as well. Toan must be exhausted. So it's a battle of the poker face now. Can they do it in the fourth round in between these rounds right now? Can they get their breath back? Can they get some energy? We're going to see. What a fight we're witnessing so far. Don't go anywhere, folks. We've got 2 more.
I can feel like 80 rats in my Marys. Me and Drizzy back to back is getting scary. If you fucking with my eyes, just don't come near me. Put some bins all on your head like Justin Terry. Richard Millie cuss a Lambo. Known to keep the baddest bitches on commando. Every time I'm in my trap, I move like Rambo. Ain't a neighborhood in Philly that I can't go. For real.
SKS Sport Combat Strategy.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to SKS Empire Super Fight. This fight turning out to be of Shakespearean proportion here, Jimmy.
Oh, absolutely. It's like a drama, like we said. And here is that knockdown that we couldn't see. The cameras couldn't catch it, but it was that cheeky inside right elbow which sent him to the canvas. Let's see from another angle here, Joe. And again, he blocks the camera.
And that's it. Drives it in like a chicken wing. Sends N Toan down to the canvas.
The phantom elbow, what you cannot see is usually what puts you away. And I don't think anybody around the world saw that elbow coming, and that's why it landed so cleanly and put his opponent down. The phantom elbow against the flying knee. Who will be victorious? We're going into a fourth round of this drama action-packed fight.
Back into center ring. Beautiful left kick to start things off from Chalam, trying to shut N Toan down inside the clinch there.
And in the red corner, for those of you just joining, Chalam takes on N Toan in the blue corner. The fourth round, we might be even Stevens, slightly ahead, maybe N Toan. We will see. Let us know what you think to this fight so far. And a right hand upstairs by Chalam.
N Toan might think he has it as he sits on that back foot and tries to drag him in for the old draw in, the old southpaw draw. Pretty typical tactic from a southpaw. Draw them in for the big left kick. Oh, swinging knee there from N Toan.
And the referee pries him apart, and we see the same. Chalam just marches forward. N Toan hasn't thrown a flying knee this round or the last round yet. Is he waiting for the right moment? These two fighters have surprised both of us several times in this fight. I don't know what to expect. It's been a beautiful display of Muay Thai so far. Both fighters once again being pried apart, brought into central ring.
Chalam on the forward hunt here, locking on.
He went for the Ali shuffle there and then attempted a left kick upstairs. Both fighters look absolutely exhausted, and so they should be. They've been to the canvas 3 times in total. What a fight.
And also goes for the Ali Makoni overhand right to send things through. Ali for Ali here in center ring.
Both fighters now in the clinch, and again the referee has got his work cut out for him. He keeps clinching him, and a right hand just misses the target. Once again, they wrap each other up like a caterpillar in a cocoon. They just don't want to let go. And we see a double jab followed by a short right hand.
As our referee breaks them apart. Chalam really on that relentless forward hunt there. Oh, sends the short left elbow through, pushing the head down. Fantastic work there by the red corner.
The meat cleaver elbow comes down on the top, and a chopping right hand once again. He has found his target with that beautifully timed right hand. Short but sweet, the 7-inch punch.
Very strange coming from a vegan talking about meat cleavers. Here we are back into a clinch exchange as N Toan just locks it down and shut down the clock. Oh, on the forward hunt again. A lot of energy being put into this fight, Jimmy.
Beautiful chopping right elbows and knees on the inside. And just to let everybody know, meat cleavers can be used to chop vegetables. Joe would probably not know that.
SKS Sport Combat Strategy.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to SKS Empire Super Fight right here at Omnoi Stadium. Chalam taking on N Toan in one of the most dramatic fashions I've ever seen in Muay Thai. Flying knees, short elbows, chicken wings, sending it in. What do you think of this, Jimmy?
I'm loving every minute of this. And like we said, when you don't know what is happening and you don't know what the victory is going to come like, in a sense of we've seen flying knees, we've seen chopping elbows, we've seen big knees to the sternum, we've seen elbows that we didn't really see, but the opponent was on the canvas. It has been a dramatic affair this entire fight.
And there's Mr. Romain sitting next to dear Kiatpetch. Romain, of course, the man behind SKS Empire, and dear Kiatpetch, the face of Kiatpetch Promotions, one of the biggest promoters here in Thailand, the land of the art of 8 limbs. Here we are coming back into center ring to continue the action of Shakespearean proportion, Jimmy.
Absolutely, and this is it, the 5th and final round. Is it even Stevens, or is N Toan just going to protect his points after he's had that dramatic first round? Chalam in the red, N Toan in the blue. We're back in it for the 5th and final round.
Back on the... Oh, and he tries to go for the flying knee again, but Chalam shuts it down straight down, digs the head down, sends an elbow through again.
Beautifully timed by Chalam, and look, when you're playing poker, you've got to know when to hold them and know when to fold them, and N Toan has shown his hand too early on. He couldn't put Chalam away in the first round, and now he is down to his final bag of tricks. Can Chalam pull off the big upset and actually beat N Toan? We will see.
Trying to take the back there from Chalam as he goes on the Terminator hunt here. Swinging a big hand over the top. Slips the hand through. But N Toan doing a good job of nullifying that forward pressure and shutting that last clinch exchange down. Sends a kick through the midsection there, Jimmy.
And a right hand through the middle by Chalam, but N Toan does a good job to turn Chalam onto the ropes as well. And N Toan looking like he's just trying to waste out the time, maybe just try and protect his points here, not get involved with anything. But Chalam can knock you out inside the clinch. So N Toan has got to stay active. 1 minute 10 to go in the 5th and final round.
N Toan doing such a good job of interrupting the forward pressure by Chalam. Just as I interrupt your commentary here, the forward pressure by Chalam, absolutely relentless here in center ring. It ducks a right hand there from N Toan.
But there's effective aggression and there's aggression, and I think Chalam is just being aggressive now. N Toan is reading a lot of what he's doing. Both fighters reading each other beautifully well, but at the same time, I think N Toan is just getting away with it. And we see that right chopping elbow to the cheekbone by Chalam. Can he pull anything off in the final moments of this 5th round?
Almost as aggressive as your militant veganism here. Oh, it locks on as our referee breaks them apart, running down the clock here. Bit of a veteran move, if I must say.
Yeah, young man, but a veteran move. And we see him charge in with another right hand. And that is it, the end of the fight, the end of the 5th and final round. A dramatic affair indeed. How have you scored this fight? On my unofficial scorecard, look, I like the way the red corner fought. I like the forward pressure. Has Chalam done it? We will see. Joe, what do you think?
I don't know. I think N Toan might have taken that one away from the dramatic start and just protecting his points there in the 5th and final round. So we'll go to the man in the middle who's collecting the scorecards at the moment. And yes, it has gone to N Toan. What a fight, Jimothy Bowe. What did you think about that show?
I loved it. Like we said, and it was almost like our crystal ball again, Joe. The first round was so explosive with these flying knees. which was sending his opponent to the canvas very early on. But like we've seen before, the first round doesn't dictate the fight necessarily. Now, he definitely fought back in the later rounds. We saw those chopping elbows on those flying knees as well, which I thought put him out, but somehow he carried on. So although he didn't win the fight, Joe, he definitely deserves a lot of respect. What do you think?
Well, like a Baroque statue, Chalam Nun had a granite chin. Amazing work, but N Toan just took it away for me with those flying knees.
But there was that elbow like we're seeing right now where he went to the canvas and it looked like he was out. He slipped into the corner, but somehow stayed and carried on and became victorious in this fight. But again, this is why I love this SKS Super Fight series. Even fights, even fighters, dramatic turns.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to SKS Empire Super Fight right here at Omnoi Stadium in Samut-Sakhon, Thailand, the home of the Art of Eight Limbs, which is what you're witnessing right now. Beautiful stadium, 5-round Muay Thai right here at Omnoi Stadium under Kiatpetch Promotions, the biggest and most valuable promotion in Thailand, in my opinion, with a huge range of the most skilled fighters in the kingdom. So, Jimmy, we're about to come up to our main event. Two big names, Petnung, Pet Muay Thai, taking on Petnam Chai, Sojo Tong Prajin. Of course, Petnung, the French prodigy, the light flyweight Rajanamnern Stadium champion, taking on a huge name, Petnam Chai. Now,
we have seen just so far that although this is called a main event, to me, every fight we have seen today is worthy of being called a main event, because I don't think we've ever had a boring fight. I think every fight has been fantastic, and I'm excited for this one, Joe. Tell us what we're about to see. Who we got coming up?
So, Petnung from France, 18 years of age, 165 centimeters tall, 111.6 pounds, taking on Petnam Chai, 18 years of age, 163 centimeters tall, with an official weight of 113.2 pounds. Now, Petnung, coming off a recent loss at Channel 7 Stadium, will be looking to redeem himself here at Omnoi Stadium. Petnung, the brother of Pet Song and Pet Sam, who had phenomenal performances only 2 weekends ago here at Omnoi Stadium. Petsong winning the SKS Empire Stadium title, world title, would you rather, and Petsam in the last fight 2 weeks ago, knocking out his opponent, I believe in the second round with heavy hands. So you can expect fireworks here. The French fighters are known for their heavy hands and their technical prowess. You know, I think this fight fairly evenly matched. Petnung being a favorite in the crowd, I think, amongst friends of mine who, you know, like to talk about the stadium style. You know, I was talking to JP Gallagher earlier today. He was mentioning that he was thinking Petnung might be a favorite in this one. So I'm looking forward to, and then, you know, Petnung does have the slight height advantage of 2 centimeters here.
But interestingly, Joe, he has the height advantage, but he does not have the weight advantage, almost by 2.5 pounds. So although that doesn't sound a lot on paper, but in a fight, in a combat sport, to me, those pounds can actually be a deciding factor depending on how well you have rehydrated as well. But we are going to see, and yes, the last fight, the last time we have seen their brothers fight as well, it's always an entertaining one. The heavy hands of these fighters is absolutely amazing. And, you know, if they're going to live up to anything, it's the fights we have just seen. I mean, like we said, this is the main event, but they've got a lot to live up to after those amazing performances we've seen from the previous athletes.
I mean, as I mentioned before, Petnung was a light flyweight Rajanamnon Stadium champion, which is a huge feat here in Thailand. And it wasn't on one of the other promotions. It was on one of the real stadium-style promotions. So, you know, he's making a big name for himself here on the stadiums amongst the punters. Heavy left-hander leg kick. Bit of a trademark style of the Pet Muay Thai gym there.
So for those of you just joining us, we are on the main event. We have got Petnung in the red, taking on Pet Nam Chai in the blue. This is the 4th fight of the afternoon, but we have one more after this. But this is the main event, and we see a beautiful whipping right hand by Petnung, which is very, very common for him and his brothers as well. They like to flick that jab and then whip that left and right.
Well, this is becoming a bit of a battle of the wide leg kicks here. Oh, entering into the elbow war there just for a second ago.
And you can see Pet Nam Chai very square on with his stance, very square with his shoulders. So those hooks are going to play very well for Pet Nuang. And we also know that Pet Nuang likes to whip in those body shots as well. He likes to go downstairs to set up those big shots upstairs. Will we see that as well? I'm excited for this fight. We are scheduled for 5 3-minute rounds, and we're already halfway through the first round.
Well, there's a reason why Petnung's name in Thai is the first diamond, because he's the first to the punch, that's for sure. Really trying to make a statement here in center ring, show things off early and not let Pet Nam Chai fire off on his own. Beautiful left kick there, but answering back with the body shot, the leg kick there, stumbling Petnung just a second ago.
And if you're against a taller fighter, trying to take away their body early on will pay dividends into the later rounds. I'm a huge fan of the teep and body shot fighters, and that was a beautifully timed teep by Pet Nam Chai. Less than a minute to go for round number 1, but we see Pet Nuang constantly charging forward.
And Petnung bouncing up and down a bit more now. I think the stinging leg kicks there from Pet Nam Chai paying dividends early on, really buckling the leg from the leg of Petnung there. There you see it again. He's wincing in pain every time that leg comes through, and the reddening on the back of the thigh of Petnung almost matching the color of his shorts.
Nearly matching the color of my hair, Joe. Those legs are definitely reddening right now. And maybe this is going to be the tactic to try and win the fight early on, unless Pet Nuang can maybe take his opponent out with elbows and punches. We've seen it before. We've seen his brothers do it before. Can he do it tonight? That is the end of round number 1, scheduled for 5 of this main event fight.
SKS Sport Combat Strategy. SKS Sport Combat Strategy.
Here we are, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to SKS Empire Super Fight. Here we are for the main event, just watching the replays from that first round. Vicious leg kicks all around from Petnung and Petnam Chai. But I think that Petnam Chai is really showcasing heavy damage on the lead leg of Petnung. It's redder than Jimmy's hair and redder than raw meat. So that is a very scary thought for the vegan sitting next to me.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm seeing red right now, especially the watermelon juice that spilled on Joe's trousers earlier. And we are in round number 2, folks, for the main event. In the red corner, Petnung takes on Petnam Chai in the blue, and a fast start for the second round already. Both fighters in the clinch, exchanging knees. The referee allowing them to fight on, but has seen enough and is now prying them apart.
Well, that was a good display of being 50-50 inside the clinch, with Petnam Chai on the inside, but Petnung locking around. Big exchanges here in the pocket, with Petnung trying to utilize the elbows to shut Petnam Chai down. Big left kick straight up on the arms there. Petnam Chai pushing off with that kick, trying to follow it with the hands, and the big step-up knee, but I think the elbows on the inside have cut Petnung up on the hairline there.
Yeah, absolutely. We're seeing the blood trickle down. So Petnam Chai biding his time. And like I said, is it the weight advantage that is finally getting through? Can Petnung actually fight through this weight advantage that Petnam Chai has? The heavy hands, the heavy elbows, the heavy kicks. I think Petnung has got to try and put Petnam Chai away. You're allowed to hit there. There was not a foul. You can carry on like you said before, Joe.
Nice long guard there, following up the leg kick there from Petnung. This is shaping up to be... and a big follow-up elbow straight through from Petnung, sending Petnam Chai to sleep. That is all it, just like a lullaby.
We was talking about this. His chance right now to win is put his opponent away as early as he can, because those leg kicks, I don't think he could take any more. That blood will trickle into your eye, mixed with the sweat. Salt and blood hurts your eyes. What a fantastic shot to land in the heat of the battle. Let's see an action replay here, Joe. Talk us through it.
Big, heavy elbows straight through the guard there for Petnung, but as you said, the heavy leg kicks from Petnam Chai really paying dividends on that first and second round, but Petnung really had to do something dramatic, and he just did, sending that elbow straight through the middle, sending Petnam Chai to sleep.
And then we see that chopping meat cleaver style elbow to start the action, but then a beautiful sweeping right elbow to send his opponent to the canvas. We're going to see it just one more time.
Sending the chicken wing in, chicken dinner.
It was a temple shot, Joe.
There, where the winner. Oh, beautiful work there by Petnung.
And Joe can rhyme, and it's not a crime. And we just saw that elbow send Nam Chai to the canvas. A beautiful, timed elbow by Petnung.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to SKS Empire Super Fight. Here we are for the last bout of the afternoon, right here at Omnoi Stadium, the heart of Muay Thai in Samut-Sakhon. Fabulous, electrifying fights all round. We've seen a knockout after knockout right here at Omnoi Stadium. Jimmy Bowe, what are you taking away from this afternoon?
Like I've always said, Joe, every time you tune into SKS Empire, especially for this super fight, we always see evenly matched fights, but excitingly evenly matched fights. We've seen fights where we've seen 3 knockdowns, and it still goes the full 5 rounds. We've seen the turntables turn many times, but before I get into my information, let's go to a tail of the tape.
Here we are for the tail of the tape. Jum Sugd at 15 years of age, 167 centimeters tall, with an official weight of 100 pounds. Maj Chanu at 16 years old, 165 centimeters tall, with an official weight of 100.8 pounds. Pretty similar records here with 45 fights to 41 fights. And both these fighters 15 to 16 years of age, so we can expect big things, and especially at 101 pounds, explosive speed, technicality, and both very hungry with huge hearts.
Yeah, absolutely, Joe. Especially when you got these young fighters. They've had so many fights already on their official records. But how many more fights have they had growing up? I mean, one thing's for sure, these kids are still in high school. If you're their teacher, do not give these kids homework. All right, so in the red corner, we have Jem Sak taking on Maja Nu in the blue. Red corner, I like his name. It's nearly the same as mine with James.
And his shorts match your hairline too. So fantastic things all around. So as we said, you know, all the fights today have been absolutely electrifying. I think we've had about 3 knockouts here at SKS Empire today.
We have 6 knockdowns, 3 knockouts. That just to me is absolutely wild. But we are not wasting any time, Joe. We are in for the 5th and final fight. James Sakad takes on Mad Jatnu in the blue corner. The first round, usually a time for them to get their timing, download as much information as they can, but it looks like neither fighter wants to do that.
James Suck in the red going for the leg kick of Machanu.
Yeah, James Sack very nicely done with those right low kicks as well, landing some nice ones, but he's exposing his chin when throwing that right low kick, so he's got to be careful that Majatnu does not send a right hand over the top.
Beautiful long leaping jab there from Majanu. Steps in with a lead elbow as well. It's a bit of a tale of the elbows today here, Jimmy.
Yeah, we tend to see this, Joe, especially in these 5-round Muay Thai events. There tends to be a theme. So it looks like the theme for today is elbow, elbow, elbow.
Going for the Jean-Claude Van Damme scissor kick there to the leg from Machanu just a moment ago. Goes for the inside thigh as well. Peppers it again. Goes for the Jean-Claude Van Damme scissor kick again. Beautiful work.
That is a fantastic kick, and as we say with the athleticism of these young fighters, that's exactly what he's showing. He's almost flirting when throwing that kick, and for those of you who are wondering, he's throwing a left kick and a right kick within the same motion. Beautifully done. James Sard has got to be very careful. He does not take too many of those.
James Suck just throwing the leg kick off the center, not turning into it. Very stiff indeed. Inside the clinch now, 50-50 positioning here. Follows up with the leg kick on the outside of that clinch exchange. Majanu trying to dig the head in, breaks apart there by the third man in the ring. The referee goes for the leg kick again then from James Suck. Looks like it's paying dividends there because Majanu starting to buckle under the pressure of those stiff leg kicks.
And you'll tend to see people turn up the heat when they get hurt. And that was a beautiful chopping elbow from Majanu. James eats it well. but it was a beautifully timed elbow that came down onto the chin of James.
Majanu looking very worn down here from those stiff leg kicks from James Suck. And again, buckles under the pressure of the leg kicks there. Very tit for tat here in center ring, Jimmy.
Yeah, beautifully done by both fighters, and neither fighter taking the first round off, it looks like. We are scheduled for 5. Don't go anywhere, folks. 4 more rounds of potential action.
Here we are, ladies and gentlemen, for the replays from that first round of our 5th bout of the afternoon. James Suck in the red taking on Chalam Nu. Oh, big left kick there from the blue corner. Hacking elbow as well. Nice stiff jabs, but the stiff leg kicks, I really think, paying dividends there from James Suck. Here we are back in for the action right here at Omnoi Stadium.
We are in round number 2, scheduled for 5. The majority of fights this afternoon have not gone the distance. In the red corner, James Sark takes on Majanu in the blue corner. And a fast start from both of these fighters with some whipping kicks like a scorpion.
Big leg teep there from Majanu in the blue corner, staying nice, strong in center ring, really dictating the center of the ring there.
Yeah, Majanu is doing a very good job of bouncing and just going for that. He's almost got an American kickboxing style, very light on his feet, very much switching the kicks and landing lots and lots of teeps, but constantly staying light on his feet, almost like a Stephen Thompson. Very beautifully done by this young man, and a nice side-stepping kick as well by Majanu.
The main difference is he's not wearing the long silky trousers like they do in America. Here we are in center ring. Oh, a nice outside leg kick there from Majanu, following up with the outside again.
But Jim Sark had a very nice move where he double tap upstairs and landed a right kick to the body. So both fighters executing great game plans, and it will just be a case of who does it just that ever so more than the other opponent. So far, I've got this as a 50-50 fight.
Well, the stiff leg kick upstairs there from Majanu, whacking into the body of James Suck. Oh, tries to go for the inside elbow, slapping the hand down, trying to follow through, but good shutdown there by James Suck as well.
And we can see the high guard now of Majanu, so it looks like he's trying to bait James Suck into some body shots. And both fighters in the clinch once again. The referee pries them apart, brings them into central ring. Less than a minute to go for round number 2.
There's the buckling leg kick again of James Suck. Ooh, left kick for left kick there. Catches the kick, tries to send him down, but Beautiful display of balance there by Marjanu.
He doesn't get the kick through, but he lands a stabbing knee to the solar plex. Very nicely done by Marjanu. And we see a nice inside leg kick landed by James Sakt. A very nice fight by both of these fighters, but I do think Marjanu is starting to edge this fight ever so slightly. Is it too early to tell?
Well, it's the old left kick straight up to the midsection there from Marjanu that is making the difference. Scoring very nicely here in center ring. But I tell you what, if James Sakt keeps going for that lead leg of Marjanu, could make a big difference in this fight. And you can see him eyeing off that front leg. James Sakt's leg eyes are just locked onto that front leg. That is the end of round 2. We'll be back in just a moment. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to SKS Empire Super Fight right here at Omnoi Stadium. Here we are for the third round of action for our last bout of the afternoon.
Yeah, very good round so far by both of these fighters. But like you said, it was that leg kick that seems to be the deciding factor so far. But one of the interesting things is, Joe, when you're nearly taking somebody out with a leg kick, it puts them into an area of desperation where they have to end the fight. And that's what we saw in the last fight in the main event. The leg kicks nearly put him away, so he realized, I've got to knock this man out or else I cannot survive. Will we see the same thing happen in this round, scheduled for a potential 5 rounds?
That was a very interesting point, Jimmy, that you just said right there. Here we are into the third round of action, as James Sakt is just getting his legs stretched out by his corner back into the center ring to continue the action here.
And the referee gives him the final moments. Round number 3 underway. And for those of you just tuning in, we are in the 5th and final fight of the afternoon. In the red corner, we have James Sakt taking on Marjanu in the blue corner. And a very nice fast start by James Sakt. And like you said, it looks like he's just trying to take out the lead leg of Marjanu. And both fighters go to the canvas. A very delayed sweep by Marjanu.
And you can see James Sakt just going for that lead leg because you can see the reddening of it. Just the reddening matching his shorts and your hairline, as I mentioned again. Oh, big elbow and a good inside entry inside the clinch there from Marjanu. Trying to take James Sakt to the ground there, trying to muscle him down.
But he nullifies it with that knee guard like you've mentioned before, Jay. Did not allow any extra damage. Both fighters back in the center of the ring, and a right hand upstairs by James Sakt lands clean on Marjanu. And Marjanu starts backing away.
Beautiful step-up knee, entry inside the clinch there. Goes for the leg kick again from James Sakt. Teeping his away on the back foot from Marjanu. And James Sakt really trying to apply the forward pressure, but Marjanu having a bit more success with that left kick again.
And a veteran move by Marjanu where he used the ropes as leverage to send a body kick downstairs. Beautifully done indeed by Marjanu in the blue corner. And James Sakt attempts to land that right body kick once again. And Marjanu with his back against the ropes.
And give that man enough rope and he will use it to his advantage, sending that left kick upstairs beautifully. Goes for the old 1-2 and sends him wobbling.
The right hand from Marjanu came out of nowhere and sent James Sakt backwards. The referee tells him to carry on. What a beautifully timed right hand. And a left kick to the leg.
James Sakt needs to mix it up here a little bit. Can't just keep going for the front leg kick as he sends the right upstairs. But Marjanu just trying to anticipate the forward pressure here, move around, uses the hand placement nicely to send the left knee upstairs, catches the leg, redirects, sends the right kick through. Jimmy, phenomenal stuff here from only young fighters.
Yeah, absolutely. And like we said, we've seen the tides turn several times in this event, and also just every fight has been pretty much a coin flip, and then we see something spectacular happen. Who would have thought Marjanu would be landing the clean right hand on Jim Sachs? I did not, and we now see Jim Sachs starting to push the pace and a right hand upstairs.
Sends his own right hand straight through the middle there. Bit of a change of the turn here. That is the end of the third round. We'll be back in just a moment.
I can feel like 80 rats in my Marys. Me and Drizzy back to back is getting scary. If you fucking with my eyes, just don't come near me. Put some bins all on your head like Justin Terry. Richard Millie cuss a Lambo. Known to keep the baddest bitches on commando. Every time I'm in my trap, I move like Rambo. Ain't a neighborhood in Philly that I can't go. For real.
SKS Sport Combat Strategy.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. You can see visuals there of dear Kiatpetch sitting ringside for all the action here at SKS Empire Super Fight. We're here for the last bout of the afternoon. We'll be coming into the fourth round in just a moment. It's a bit of a tale of the leg kicks here in center ring, and also teeps to left kicks there from Marjanu. But James Suck delivering a lot of punishment with those punishing leg kicks. And of course, make sure to check us out on the SKS Empire YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and SKSboxing.com for all your sporting needs in the world of combat sports. Jimothy Bowe, what are you looking for in this fourth round?
Well, as you know, Jimmy Burr is usually in the know, but this event, I have no idea who is winning and who is losing, because it's just been such an even affair of fights. The drama has been fantastic. The stakes are high. It's just been an absolute action-packed event. So for those of you joining us, we are in the fourth fight, but no time to spare, because we're seeing a right elbow come over the top by Marjanu in the blue corner, Jim Sachs in the red.
More drama here in center ring than if I were to take you to an Outback Steakhouse. Big, heavy hands here. Oh, catches the kick, tries to send him down. But back in center ring, it looks like James Suck might be a bit more open-mouthed here. I think the stiff leg kicks are taking the toll on his energy here.
But he couldn't take him down, and unlike your life, Joe, the balance of Jim Sachs is absolutely fantastic. He nearly went to the canvas. Marjanu could not put him down. We're going to see a big right kick upstairs.
Speaking of a balance, your nutrition, Jimmy, could do with a bit more. Beautiful balance here in center ring from Marjanu, sending that little leg teep through.
Both fighters in the center of the ring. A nice teep to the hip and another teep landed by Marjanu. The timing of Marjanu has been fantastic. I'd like to see him send that right upstairs when Jim Sachs exposes his chin. We've seen when Jim Sachs sends a low kick, he exposes his chin in the air. Can Marjanu counter on that opportunity?
Must be a common thing amongst people with the name James, exposing their chin, especially in the world of puns. A big right knee delivered there from Marjanu just a moment ago as James Suck tries to deliver the punishing leg kicks again.
Both fighters just giving it everything they've got in this fourth round. Less than a minute to go. A swing and a miss by Jim Sachs. Marjanu now just holding the center of the ring. And a big left kick upstairs, a right kick upstairs. Jim Sacked evading the damage and stays on his feet once again.
Beautiful display of talent. Oh, it goes for the leg kick again, buckling him. And again.
Mixing it up.
Very tit for tat here at SKS Empire.
And you can tell, Joe, that neither fighter are confident that they're winning because both fighters in the 4th round are holding center of the ring. And as I said it, he catches the kick and sends the right hand, the one we've been waiting for, lands clean.
Goes for the leg kick again from Marjanu. Goes for a fake. Keeps James guessing, sends the sneaky head kick upstairs, just pats that hand down, swings the hip and over the top.
The well underneath the left eye of James Sacked is starting to appear. We're going into a 5th round, Joe. What a fight we're seeing. Don't go anywhere, folks. One more round of action.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to SKS Empire Super Fight. Here we are for the 5th and final round of our 5th bout of the afternoon. James Sack taking on Marjanu, the tale of the leg kicks. Leg kick for leg kick right here at Omnoi Stadium, where all the purest Muay Thai is shown.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a battle of the elbows, except for this fight has been a battle of the kicks. And as you see, barely any punches being thrown, but the punches that have landed clean. We've seen both fighters end up on the canvas due to a punch. Final moments, 5th and final round. The two fighters hug it out, and that is the bell. We're going into a 5th and final round for the 5th fight of the evening. Jim Sacked in the red takes on Marjanu in the blue. To me, it's an even fight. Maybe Marjanu edging it so far.
I would agree with that, Jimmy, and I'm expecting, like MGMT, an electric feel in this 5th and final round, turning things up. Marjanu on the forward hunt here, trying to dig down and send those knees through the midsection. Whoa, and a big dump landing on top there from the man in blue. It is true. Oh, nice hand control, sending the short elbow through, following up with the left knee, digging down there from James Sack, but only holding on by a thread, I believe.
Yeah, beautifully done, and the pressure for Marjanu, the man in the blue, just constantly pushing forward and not allowing James Sacked any breathing space, but also not allowing him any chance to really think. Is Marjanu not confident that he's winning this fight, which is why he's pushing the pace, Joe?
I would agree with that. Slaps the hand down, sends the elbow through. A good lock on there by James Sack, digging in the head down, trying to suffocate Marjanu in his way.
Very nicely done. Marjanu holds center of the ring. He evades the kick, and he doesn't commit to the low kick. Is he going to set up a big right to the upstairs, to the temple of James Sack? Both fighters want to say, let's dance on, but Marjanu says, no dice, buddy. We're going to carry on. We can salsa later.
Steps the knee through. Big swinging teeth there. Catches the leg. Tries to follow up with the big right hand. But James Sack just locks on, trying to run down the clock.
Both fighters once again just trying to run down the clock. Less than a minute to go. Jim Sack tries once again to get the glove touch to maybe take some time off. Neither fighter confident who is winning so far.
James Sack trying to run down the clock, but Marjanu says, let's rock. right here in a center ring at Omnoi Stadium. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what it's all about. Forward pressure from the blue corner, not giving up, and that is the end of the 5th and final round. We'll go to the third man in the ring collecting the scorecards from the judges to see who is your winner for this afternoon's last bout right here at Omnoi Stadium. SKS Empire putting on the best Muay Thai in the country for global viewers. Let's see, and
James Sekt has done it. He was confident. He had an idea he was winning. I thought Majanu was actually winning that fight. I thought it was very close, but James Sekt clearly, when you're called James, you're just very good at predicting things. You're very intelligent, and that's exactly what this young man is.
fantastic work by all fighters the afternoon. Thank you for joining us. Check us out on SKS Empire, YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. I'm Joe Comerford. Thank you very much.
Thank you, folks.